On November 10, 1963, a boy who was named Sherab Zangpo was born in an ordinary Tibetan family in Rongcai area of Dege in Sichuan province. On that day, the villagers saw colorful auspicious clouds in the sky, smelled wondrous scents in the air, and heard heavenly sounds of conchs and drums coming from far away. All these were auspicious signs showing the extraordinariness of this newly arrived life. The mother didn't even feel any suffering during the whole process of delivery. The connection between the Khenpo Rinpoche and Buddhism was obvious ever since his birth. At his young age, Rinpoche's mother often took him to visit Khenpo Tsawan Jigme. The great accomplisher always said happily, "The name I gave him, Khenchen Sherab, seems to fit his future perfectly." Sherab means wisdom, Zangpo means benefit all the beings. The combined meaning is to guide the beings deluded in the darkness of greed, hatred, and ignorance to enlightenment with wisdom, and to generate all the necessary conditions for benefiting all the sentient beings through the ways of self-benefit and benefit others. There are a lot of sayings on the lives of Khenpo Rinpoche. Many great accomplishers and Turtons have made various recognitions and prophecies to him, including the greatest master of the Nyingma school of Tibetan Buddhism of our time, His Holiness Dhamaraja and wish-fulfilling gem, Jigme Phuntsog Rinpoche. There are also lots of monasteries that have requested him to be enthroned in their respective monasteries. But Khenpo Rinpoche's response is always, I'm an ordinary person. I'm a disciple of Buddha Sakyamuni. I'm a disciple of Dhamaraja Jigme Phuntsog. Because he knows very well that in this world full of greed, hatred, ignorance, pride, and jealousy, fame and high position will only mislead people away from the correct path of Buddhist teachings. That is, to be liberated from the sufferings and achieve the ultimate happiness through wisdom, to benefit all sentient beings through compassion. With all these, we can only say he's a genuine Buddhist practitioner. To practice the Buddha Dhamma, faith, view, conduct, and realization must be integrated. Based on unbroken vows, a practitioner needs to pass 3 strict tests of learning, meditating, and practicing to achieve the accomplishment and be able to benefit the sentient beings in the real meaning. In 1976, 13-year-old Sherab Zangpo went to the Tashi monastery and met the abbot Khenchen Rinpoche, who was one of the 5 golden seed lamas in the Katok monastery, a famous Tibetan monastery with over 1,000 years of history. Khenchen Rinpoche was known as Overturned Plate Lama. It was said that during his practice of power for the dead man, with the proper causes and conditions, the skull could be broken and the spirit be liberated at a snap of the fingers. When he saw Sherab Zangpo, he said joyfully, I'll treat you as my own son. In the following 2.5 years, young Sherab Zangpo learned lots of teachings, including power from the Overturned Plate Lama, who had imparted almost all he had to his favorite student. After the nirvana of Khenchen Rinpoche in 1979, Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche followed successfully Khenpo Garon, Khenpo Tsawan Jime, Khenpo Tenua, and Khenchen Benza Rinpoche, who was often called Padma Tsawan Rinpoche. He received extensive exoteric and esoteric teachings from these masters. Khenpo Tsawan Jime, who named him after his birth, gave him all the Dzogchen transmissions he had. At the end of 1984, Padma Tsawan Rinpoche, this kindly Nyingma master, wrote a letter and recommended the 21-year-old Sherab Zangpo to Dhamaraja Jigme Phuntsog. From then on, at the Laran 5 Sciences Buddhist Academy in Gansu region of Sichuan, Sherab Zangpo found his spiritual home and became the heart son of the greatest Nyingma master of the time, the embodiment of all the virtues of body, speech, and mind of Buddha and Bodhisattva in the 10 directions. Upon his first arrival at the academy, Dhamaraja Jigme Phuntsog Rinpoche had said to him, "You better stay here for long term. You can study extensively the 3 treasuries of sutras, precepts and treaties. At the same time, you need to spread the teachings and benefit the beings actively. I believe firmly, as long as you are industrious, you will play a significant role on teaching the Nyingma tradition in the future. Since that day, Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche has been staying with his Guru Master, the Dhamma Raja, and wish-fulfilling gem Jigme Phuntsok. The Dhamma Raja imparted to him all the exoteric and esoteric teachings. In 1986, at a Dhamma gathering of the Kalakakri Empowerment, the Dhamma Raja claimed formally to the nearly 6,000 disciples attending the gathering that Sherab Zangpo, together with other 3 Dzogchen practitioners, would be his successor for the Nyingma school in the future. In the same year, Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche received the Khenpo degree from the Dhamma Raja. He then started to give teachings to Tibetan monks. In the past 16 years of teaching, the Khenpo Rinpoche replies to all the requests with equal patience, whoever it is, a Khenpo, a Tulku, an ordinary disciple, or a stranger. Over the years, more and more people from all over the country gathered around the Khenpo Rinpoche. The number of disciples is ever growing, to whom Rinpoche shows always same compassion. He uses various ways to remove karmic hindrances and to bestow blessings for the disciples. He teaches the essence of pith instructions of Buddha Dhamma according to disciples' levels. He is also skillful at helping disciples to rectify wrong habits such as greed, bad temper, pride, lack of forgiveness, smoking, drinking, and killing. He makes disciples understand that being a good man goes before studying Buddha Dhamma. The perfection in behaving as a human being sets the ground for the path to Buddhahood.
你跟着年住之后，一定要这个第三世三宝心性啊。有心之后，可能你忘记，可能心性的好，还是年住要，它之间本身有可能加持的，本身有功德的，是注意的，听得懂吗？有心性是更加好。还是忘记心性啊，忘记菩提心的啊，还有年住要，年住它之间本身要有功德，有小业障啊，可能很多可能功德的。释迦牟尼佛发大愿的言语，他可能得病呀，这个病呀等等，可能没有这样的，可能找你的民国都没有，恐怕你也不会有的。哎呀，我普通话不怎么好，
听得懂，听得懂，
有普通话好的话，
听得懂，
很容易解释的。
Khenpo Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche differs from other masters by his senses of ease and humor, which is his most attractive personality. Upon the sight of him, people suffering in the worldly life can forget the worries and feel happy spontaneously. In his relaxing talks, people realize as quickly the inexistence of the pains and the true nature of heart. People like him and respect him because he remains the state of effortless and purity. He influences the pitiful beings with his spiritual wisdom and great mind and shows the charm of a genuine Buddhist. We never know how much food in our plate has been the meat of our past parents, brothers and sisters. As Buddha Sakyamuni said, even if it's possible to count the number of sands on the earth, it's impossible to tell the total number of sentient beings who used to be our parents. For the purpose of satisfying our greedy appetite and stomach, we play the role of killer without any mercy. The human history is a lamentable and depictable history of cyclic mutual hating. Some may argue it is the law of the nature for the strong to kill the weak. Then just imagine, someday, when the existence of more advanced and stronger forms of life is proof on the other planet, would we be willing to be killed and eaten ruthlessly? It's a common cognition that the mankind is superior beings with higher wisdom and stronger force. Won't it be a better expression of wisdom and force to dedicate our kindness to every life instead of killing and eating the weak? In Khenpo Rinpoche's merciful eyes, we see the pity for the beings going to be killed. We see also the query to the self-concerned human spirit. Liberating animals is the king of all virtues. The lives are freed directly from the market and the mouth of people. By chanting sutras to these animals, the seeds of ultimate liberation are sowed for their future. Compassion is cultivated among all the participants to the activity. If everybody treats others with compassion and kindness, the world we're living in will be the world of ultimate happiness. In the scarcely populated territory of Tibet, it is a rare chance for ordinary people to meet and listen to great masters. Therefore, monasteries often hold Dharma gatherings and invite renowned Khenpos and accomplishers to give audiences, offering local people the chances to be close to Buddha, Dharma and masters. Well known for his wisdom and compassion, Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche is often invited to give audiences at various monasteries. In view of helping people improve their understanding and devotion to Buddha Dharma, Khenchen Rinpoche always agrees to these invitations, no matter how hard the journey is, by car, by horse, or on foot. What he requests is merely that all those who attend the Dharma gatherings and ask him to touch their heads for blessing must make the promise to abandon killing. At the Vajrasattva Dharma gathering held by Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche at the Tashi Monastery, Durga in 1999, in just 3 days, people attending the gathering had promised to complete the recitation of Vajrasattva mantra, Om Benza Sadohom, for 110 billion times collectively. According to the sutras, those who chant this mantra can offset negative karma since countless aeons and generate innumerable merits. In the Sukhavati Dharma gathering in Durga 2000, Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche guided the disciples to make wishes to be reborn in the Western world of Sukhavati and completed totally 1 billion times of the recitation of Sukhavati mantra. According to the sutras, if people accomplish one merit collectively, every individual participant gets the merit of this good doing. That is, when the numbers of mantras recitations by all the people were added up to 1 billion, it equals that each individual has completed 1 billion times of mantra recitation. At the Dharma gathering held at Jamnan Monastery in Lhasa area in 2001, Khenchen Rinpoche had saved the lives of over 20,000 yaks only by agreeing to preside at the gathering, during which he helped also the attendants to offset innumerable negative karma and accumulate innumerable merits.
Chegare, turu ina turu ba tomba kadena kanin gozo na gozo indro chilgale indo chido.
Oh ya, ta dangkara san gucia shago, toma dangkara go.
Nakili, ni da cheke de, ni gozo de mu shi da wan. Kale pike mala, kana.
Ke zo na chikane kan.
Ni tera, na ba. Bezu ni kazkani goshi kele.
Gochi, kadulo.
Ni jashi to ki niwa. Mopos.
Oya.
이 나가 카페 캐리 근데 그 남는 바티 핸드도 보시죠.
사도 동조된다.
뭐야?
이거
내가 그래서 시주스 켈러요.
고치 온거 그런 거 또.
C'est massage, c'est massage, 피아 마사지, 루솔 켈레. 사소디.
조선이.
고말, 아니 고말도 이게 되고.
이게 저.
저.
이게.
자나 이게 다대가.
오야,
시에 비기도 다대. 자나 이게 다대. 자나 그 쿠트도 뭐 샀어. 쿠트 단나제 아데 그다가.
빠진 자기 또.
Решим, что там так тонна девчина дом прими.
다 도그 저를 되는 게 말이겠지. 고치. 아가스트.
To those who wish to study the Prajna wisdom of Buddha Dhamma, Khenpo Rinpoche teaches the beacon of certainty and gateway to knowledge. The 400 verses of Madhyamika. To those who are eager for the great perfection, he gives the transmission on the root tantra of the web of illusion and the Guru Nyingtik. Together with the efforts of disciples, Khenpo Rinpoche has built many retreat centers for practitioners in Durga, in addition to over 40 stupas, upon seeing which the seed of liberation is sowed in people's continuum. In all his contribution to the Buddhism, we can't find a person named Sherab Zangpo. We see only an egoless and everlasting devotion to the benefit of all sentient beings, for the ultimate freedom and happiness. Entering into the inside world of Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche, we find always tranquility and happiness. Looking into his eyes, we see only compassion and kindness, without the tiniest greed and anger. Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche is one of the representatives of Buddhist wisdom and compassion. There are tens of thousands of people like him, but in different appearances and of different positions, contributing selflessly to easing suffering and achieving happiness of all sentient beings. They may be government officials, business people, teachers or policemen. They may be Buddhists or non-Buddhists. They may be your friends or enemies. They may even be cows, horses or birds flying in the sky. Any ordinary person who can generate great faith to Buddha Dharma, practice the teachings continuously, and benefit the beings with great kindness and compassion, may achieve the same state of freedom just as the Buddhas. Through Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche, we enter a world of wisdom and compassion. It's a world that each of us possess within ourselves, a world lost in the pursuance of outside materials. Open the heart. Abandon the self-attachment, even for a second of time. Our purity and passion, mercy and warmness, which have been submerged for so long, will be reignited in a sudden. Let us follow the steps of our Master, as well as that of wisdom and compassion, to return to the beautiful garden of our own Buddha nature.
Zamba 公厕所，当门的，西结尾，丁的呢上的，接手，作业把的，公你，南京桥，松吉拉，下森桥，的交通，站完南京桥，去了下森桥，从南京桥，跟到了下森桥，到接手，作业把的，跟桥上了，下森桥，他也弄。
According to the Saramgama Sutra, in the period of degeneration and extinction of Buddhism, the number of unqualified teachers and evil teachings will be as numerous as sands in the Ganges River. In the On the Request of Maitreya Sutra and other sutras, Buddha Sakyamuni deplored various misconducts in our current period of degeneration and extinction of Buddhism. Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche does not expect or has never expected his disciples or himself to be corrupted by fame and gain. The only reason for the Rinpoche to agree to produce this documentary is to help people learn more about Buddhism and cultivate interest and belief in Buddhist teachings. In this documentary, we did not mention any prophecies of other great masters on the previous, present and future lives of Khenchen Rinpoche. As time passes by, when you obtain a better understanding about Buddhism and develop true devotion to your master and the Three Jewels, you will know more about the uncommon virtues of Khenchen Sherab Zangpo Rinpoche.